Today we're going to assemble our valve into our engine head. This involves assembling the valve spring and the retainers. For this, we'll need to, we got that out of here. I'm holding this with my knees and bring this like, so we got that. That's a Chromatic Street Pro. We're gonna have that, and those are the guys we'll need to assemble. So those we're gonna put in there, and later we are going to use those two here, which are the camshaft. Yeah, so let's do step by step. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. The engine has two sides, right? So you have this side here where you have the largest one, and you have this side here where you have the smaller one. I'm not positive if this is worked already and it wasn't large, but this is the intake. And how do I know? If you turn your head, you see that one side has a little ding in here, right? This is where the injectors go. Okay, so you know that this is the intake. And the other side, it is aluminum, but it's kind of heavy. The other side doesn't have anything. So this is the output, right? So that said, we don't care about that right now. All right, see that little part here? So there is a little it's like a straw in there, right? And that's where the valve is gonna come up, and this goes right there, right? Be sure that this is clean. I know that it's clean because it went to the shop, it was covered and everything. And what we are going to do is we're going to put a socket. So I got a 17mm socket. How do I know that this is good? Because if I get my thing in there, and that's here, and I put like this, it goes all the way, right? So I'm not gonna screw my thing, and we just put in there. There you go. Let's do it together with one hand and put the socket there, and we should hammer the socket. So we put this here, very aligned. I'm gonna put a little thing in there just for the noise. Oh, my finger. It would be good if it was a little deeper than that. Oh, my finger again. If it's a little deeper, it's a little better, but yeah, I think it did it. Oh, I hammered my finger again 3 times in a row. So get a deeper socket, not like me. So look at that, this is the size of my finger, enough for me to hammer it. Alright. After hammering my finger 3 times, I learned my lesson. So that's it. One. Okay, it's being hard to zoom in or not, but so it's put your finger here, see if it's very flush, and this is the gasket. So this is very sealed, means that it won't let any of the oil that is in here go down there, and all the explosion that's happening down there come back up here. So we did one, we need to do all of them. So that would be very boring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put, it's like couple here, and then do the same thing. But put that thing there, and go down. Just to be sure that all of them are in. And basically it's all the same. So we have 1, 2, 3 here, and then I'll keep going. Okay, I have a little bit of piece of advice here. So when you put this there, just putting this on top and hammering the life out of it, it doesn't work, right? So what I realized was, if you tilt a little bit, it's going to hit this side, then you tilt this way, then you tilt this way, and then you tilt this way. So you tilt to the 4 sides, right, up, down, left, and right, and hammering, then this goes all the way down. So you hammer this like that, so the sound is like, it's not like I'm hitting metal yet. Now it is, right? So now I'm gonna tilt this way a little bit and hammer here. Tilt this way a little bit. Now tilt down and hammer this here. And now tilt up and hammer. So there you go. You don't need to hammer too strong because it doesn't quite matter. It doesn't need it. And you might damage your gasket. So, and I can see from the bottom. So if I do like this, okay, it is there. Now this side, I can see that working. And I guess we want the top to be there, but I think this will do the trick. So that's it. So we have all of them are here. There you go. So that's the order, and so I have the smaller ones on top and the larger ones on the bottom, right? So you can see right here. And what I need to do is flip this in a way that the smaller ones, which is the intake here, sorry, are on this side, and the other ones, so we gotta be like this, right? Which means first one there is the first one in here. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna get the smaller one from the corner. I'm gonna use this paper here. I'm gonna clean the oil that was here because it's been sitting on my bench more than I would like. And I'm gonna get some oil, get some brush. So the oil is here. Sorry, I don't know if you could see. I put the oil in a cup. I'm gonna get some brush, and I'm gonna brush this here. This is oil W30. I'm not sure if I should put assembly lube or not. The manual says to put oil, so that's what I'm doing. And this first one goes right in here. So I'm gonna push it. So see the valve right there? I'm gonna get the spring I have in there. Ooh. We're gonna get the spring I have in there, put it in here, right? Now we need to compress that spring, and for this job we need a spring compressor, which is freezing on my hand. Basically we're going to put this side here. in our top part where the spring is, and this bottom part in on the valve. So what I'm going to do is, of course I'm going to put on the valve, but I'm going to put this rag in here so it's not going to scratch my valve. So let's do it. Okay, so we have the spring. It's sitting right on top of our gasket. We have this little part here. It's made out of titanium. It goes on top of the spring, and now we need to compress this in order to put those two little things here, and those guys will retain this in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going there on my valve, because this is going to push my valve up, and I guess I need to open a little more. There you go. Put in here, fit in there properly, and done. It is in the valve, and let's push it. It'll be hard for you to tell what's happening, but it is pushing, and I think I have almost enough. So what is enough? Let me get one of those. See this little thing here? This little groove, right? And these little parts I'm installing, they also have a groove in there. So we have groove on groove, and this gets stuck in there, which stops the valve from getting out of the rail. Let's call it like that. So let's keep squeezing. You need this. I mean, unless you are very handy and you can make something that's gonna work, but you know, it's not worth. So now what I need to do is I need to put some assembly lube, and then put this in there. Okay, I managed to put one in there. So in short, this is like this. Okay, so you have that, and this camera is good. Look, it's following the thing. It's awesome. So then you put the spring, and the spring has a little cap in here. I don't know if this is called retainer or not. And then you have the two, I'm trying to get them, two clips in here. So these little clips, see this little part in here, right? A little dent. And see this here has a little groove. So if you put this here, it goes right there, and the other side is the same thing. But it's pretty hard because they don't go in at the same time, but once they do, they don't come off. See, it's pretty tight. Yeah, we just need to do 15 more. I need to get inside to get a new battery and then charge the other one. And look who show up. The boss. Kitty. Yeah, he doesn't understand anything about the engine. He just come here and try to boss me around. Okay, so I guess I figured a way to show you what's happening. So I got a thing like this, like could be a small screwdriver, and a plier like that. Okay. Little cup of oil. Don't drink it. And a little piece of paper or cloth. So what we're going to do, I'm going to clean the valve. Okay. Clean that. That's the small. That's the second one. So I know what it is. I'm going to get the oil, and a brush, and I'm gonna brush the oil in my the valve in here, right? So I can shove this in there on the other side. So let me put this far away because I know what's going to happen. Go on the other side of the block, the engine head. I'm gonna point in there so you can see it's coming out, and boom. So we have this in here. I'm gonna get the spring, put the spring in there. I'm gonna get the retainer, put the retainer in there. And now this is not enough. We need to compress this thing. So let's do the same thing. I'm gonna get a piece of cloth, put in there because I don't want to make any marks on my valve, and boom. I guess you can see that. So we are squishing enough so we can get in there. Check that out. Alright, I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Alright, so let's do one more just to prove that this works. Put it in there. Spring, I just put that same way. Put a little bit of oil. Put that guy there. Let's put a little rag in the spring, and let's tighten that enough so we can see the groove in there. I don't know if there's enough light. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the groove is exposed, and there you go. Glue is there. There you go. It's right there. The other one is right there too. There you go. So let's see if just, I think I need to squeeze a tiny bit more to get this one in there. There you go. One down, two. Let me show you. There you go. One. I hope you can see the two, but I'm gonna start undoing it, and hopefully the one that is on the top is gonna come forward. Yeah, if it works, this will be the quickest one, because the other ones took me like a lot. Yeah, they got together. Awesome. Alright. So let me try again to show you what happened. Yeah. See that is flush. There you go. Full of assembly lube. They are all flush, so it's good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that some more and then come back to this video. For you, it'll be like this. Okay, let's install one more and to make this a nice video. By the way, this is another day, another night. So I'm cleaning the valve, putting oil, right? So don't forget the oil. It could have assembly lube instead, but I don't want oil or assembly lube on the chamber where it explodes. So I'm gonna use oil. So put it in there. Boop, popped out right here. And let's get the spring and the retainer. Now let's get the little piece of cloth so it doesn't hurt the valve. Let's put it in there. Oops, the retainer fall out of place. Let's go in there. Got it. I'm twisting the tool, and you're going to see how it, to which point we do that. Alright, so that's enough. You see the groove right there? Here, and I have enough space. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one of those on top and one of those on the bottom. I just dropped my camera and I was getting memory card error, and so I went back inside, tried to figure some stuff out, formatted the memory card, put another memory card, nothing, and so I drop it again, and here we are. Okay, the camera is in a very dangerous spot, but I think this way I'll be able to show you. Can you see the little groove there? Again, and for the last time, right? There's a little groove right here and here, and I doubt this is going to focus, but there's a little groove here too. So this groove on that groove means good. So let's groove together. Let's put some assembly lube. I know that was not funny, but you know, in the garage at night, Sunday, super cold. That's one. And what I'm going to try to do is flip this up. Let me see. Alright. So the top one is in the groove, the bottom one is coming up. And let's see if it's gonna come up. Apparently not. No, it did not. So we need to squeeze a little more again and move like this. Yep, now they are together, and boom. So you always can adjust a little bit, and there you go. Alright, you see that it come up all the way. Otherwise, if it was like before, one is all the way down, you see there's a little bit difference. So that's it. I'm going to put the rest of them, and just if you were wondering how it looks on this side, you see this here, I just put it in there, so I'll get this rag, fold a little bit, and put right in here, and the tool goes right in there. And now the front goes on my spring, and I will start compressing it. So this way we don't hurt the valve, that we just clean and have it nice and shiny. Alright, so I'll do this one. After that there's one more. Look at that. This is, we did all the top ones, so we have only one left, and this one that I'm doing, and all the bottom ones, which are the fuel side. So this is the exhaust side, and that's the fuel side. Alright, singing a little bit. Okay, so all the top ones are done, or let me say the exhaust side, and those are pretty simple. I guess I suffered just on the beginning ones in the beginning. Now we're going to put the bottom ones, which they are a little bit larger. It should be exactly the same thing, because I mean, it doesn't matter what is in front of it, which is the side of this, because I'm gonna push him anyway. But the back will be the same. It's getting late and it's kind of getting extra cold. I'm gonna do probably a couple more and finish that tomorrow. And let me try to, yeah, take some of this light out here. And of course, the order I have it there and the order I have it here, it means because I lap those valves. You can see the back of them. Let me see if I can show you. See, one side is kind of a matte and the other one is shiny. So this matte lining there means that it was lapped in the hole, in the cylinder, I don't know how it's called, cylinder body, valve body. But anyway, so they have their own spot, and that's what I'm doing. I put each one in the spot that I left them, and there you go. That's it. So all the 16 valve retainers and springs, they're all set. So now next step, we gotta set the lifters, which are here, sort of in order. So they are still squishing a little bit. That's the way I've tried to find books. And
I'm getting eager.
Oh, look at that. Where did you find it?
I bought it for you.
Oh, when?
Black Friday.
Oh, yeah. I got marshmallow from the wife. So the lifters, need to put the lifters on. I think we need to fill up with oil and then put them in there, put some oil, so when we start we won't have the noise. Otherwise this will be very noisy. Maybe some of them might get screwed, I don't know. So I'm gonna put in a cup and squish like this until it fills up with oil, and then shove in there. They're all here, but this is story for the next video. For now, that's it. That's how I end up assembling all the valve springs and everything. So far it looks great, and that's it. I hope you like it. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, give me a hand, and also check out my blog, which is www.carmodsgarage.com. Alright, later.